Students, so welcome to the next experiment, that is speed control of DC shunt motor. So in the previous experiments we have seen open circuit characteristics on DC shunt generator, and also we have seen brake test on compound motor. So where we even calculated efficiency of DC motor for the compound machine. So now today that is at this moment now we go for speed control of DC shunt motor. So we know that speed control is very much important, and we do have in many day-to-day life applications, definitely speed control is very much important. So if you take a DC motor, speed control is done in two ways. One is armature control, and the other one flux control. So let us see the speed control. Before going to that, first go to the diagram, the circuit diagram of the speed control of DC shunt motor. So as usual, so we have a 4-point starter where with terminals L, LL, A and F, and we have a shunt motor here with its armature terminals A, and the field terminals are Z, 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 and in the armature circuit you are going to add a resistance in series, so that is 78 by 4 ohms. So this 78 by 4 ohms is taken with 3 resistors in series, and one more resistor is also connected in series with the field circuit, that is 350 by 1.1 ohms. So if you see here, we have a supply, and the connections are shown here that is from positive to L, then LL is connected to negative. From armature it is connected to the ammeter, and then connected to the armature terminals in series with resistance, and across the armature you are going to have a voltmeter, and in a similar way you are going to connect a field ammeter in the field circuit as shown here. So from F to positive terminal of A, and again negative terminal of that to the starting point of field rheostat, and then the end point of variable point of that field rheostat is connected to the Z terminal, and ZZ is connected to negative. See here, voltmeter across armature, that is plus is connected to A, and so the ammeter that is connected across AA, and then from AA it is connected to again negative terminals. So this is the circuit diagram of what? Speed control of DC shunt motor, where if you want to achieve flux control, the armature resistance is to be kept in minimum position, and then armature resistance is to be varied, field resistance is to be varied in the field circuit. Similarly, by keeping field rheostat constant, that is in the minimum position, armature resistance is to be varied to get the speed control, that is armature speed control. Is it clear? So this is the circuit diagram for speed control. Now coming to nameplate details. The nameplate details are shown on the wall as shown here. DC shunt motor, where you can see the rating of DC motor is 5 HP, ampere rating is 19 amperes, and volts rating is 220, and speed is 1500. If also armature resistance is 1.4, and shunt field resistance is 216 amperes. So alternator is not required here because we are going to take only shunt motor. And if you see the nameplate details, it is also shown here: 220 volts, 19 amperes, 1500 RPM. See here, the field current is included here. This is what amps equal to 1.0 means. This is the field current rating of this machine. So we are going to use only the shunt field winding here. That's about nameplate details. And now, how to decide the ratings of ammeters as well as voltmeters. Now based on this nameplate details, if you see the nameplate details, amperes rating is 19 amperes, voltage rating is 220. See here, the current that is to be measured in the armature circuit is done with the help of this ammeter, and the field current is measured by this ammeter. If you observe, this entire experiment is not loaded actually. So without load you are going to conduct. Therefore, the current taken by the armature will not be equal to load current. So it will be less than 5 amperes only. So you are going to take the range of ammeter as 0 to 5 amperes in the armature circuit, and of course anyhow field current already rating it is given 1 amperes in the nameplate details. So you can rate 0 to 1 ampere or even 0 to 2 amperes current rating. And voltmeter rating, see here it is connected across the armature. So definitely the terminal voltage of this DC motor is what? 220 volts. So you are going to take 0 to 300 volts as the range of this voltmeter. Since we are using for measurement in DC case, all the meters, that are taken here are of moving coil type. Hence, MC type of instruments are to be taken for ammeters as well as voltmeters. So that's how to decide the rating of ammeters and voltmeters for this experiment. The circuit diagram along the meter ratings, ammeter ratings and voltmeter ratings. Now we see how to give the connections for the shunt motor. Is clear? So you should remember even the circuit diagram. Based on that circuit diagram, you need to give the connections. See here, the positive supply, this is positive and negative. From the positive terminal, it is connected to the L terminal of 4-point starter. If you see here, 4 points of the 4-point starter are shown here, L terminal. So L is connected to the positive terminal and A is connected. So armature terminal. So the 4-point starter from A of the 4-point starter. See, it is connected to the armature resistance. Starting terminal of armature resistance. This 78 by 4 amperes. So starting terminal is taken here, and N terminal is connected to the starting terminal of the second rheostat, because these are the 3 rheostats which are connected in series, and that will be summing up approximately 78 ohms. This is the 78 ohms. So instead of having a single rheostat, you are going to take 3 rheostats. See here, 24 ohms by 4 amperes, 26. Approximately it will be 78 ohms. Is it clear? So from armature of from A terminal of 4-point starter, connected to the starting terminal of the armature resistance, and the variable point of first rheostat of armature resistance is connected to starting terminal here, and again end point of this is connected to starting terminal here, and finally the end point of the end terminal of this armature resistance is connected to, see here, positive terminal. So it is shown here, positive terminal of ammeter. So 5 amperes. Is it clear? And ammeter positive, so positive terminal of 1 minute. Yeah, it is connected to positive terminal, and negative terminal, positive should be connected to positive terminal. So positive terminal connected to positive terminal of this ammeter, and negative terminal of ammeter, if you see, it is connected to armature. Okay, reverse. Okay, here first from A it is connected to the armature resistance, and from then armature resistance it is connected to positive terminal. So nothing will happen. Even you can connect ammeter before rheostat or even after rheostat. Armature terminal. Okay, students. From the A terminal of 4-point starter, it should be connected to positive terminal of ammeter. So it is connected here, positive terminal of ammeter, and negative terminal of ammeter is connected to the starting point of the rheostat, and the other end of first rheostat is connected to starting of second rheostat, and end terminal of second rheostat is connected to starting terminal of first rheostat, third one, and end terminal of the third is connected to 78, that is armature of DC motor. So that means the 78 point by 4, this 78 ohm, 3 are connected in series, and they are put together approximately 78 ohms. So this is from armature. Now from F terminal of the 4-point starter, it is to be connected to, from F terminal of the 4-point starter, it is to be connected to positive terminal of field current. See here, this is the field ammeter. So field ammeter positive, it is connected, and negative terminal is connected to the field rheostat starting terminal resistance, and end terminal of this is connected to Z terminal. If you see here, this is the field rheostat starting terminal, and end terminal is nothing but variable point. So negative of ammeter is connected to starting point of field rheostat here, and the other end of this field rheostat is connected to the field terminal Z. And we have ZZ is connected to the negative terminal, if you see. So that's about what? Field circuit. If you see, a voltmeter which is connected across the armature is shown here. This is the voltmeter. Positive terminal of voltmeter is connected to the A terminal here, and negative terminal of voltmeter is connected to the negative. Clear? And from AA, it is connected to ZZ, and from ZZ, from AA again it is connected to the negative. So if you see ZZ, AA and voltmeter negative, all the three are connected to negative terminal. One more point is there, that is LL, it should be connected to negative. So LL is also connected to negative terminal. So like that you have to give the connections for the DC shunt motor speed control. Is that clear? Now once if we have the thorough knowledge of giving correct connections, then we go for conducting that experiment by giving supply to the DC motor. Now the DC motor is to be started by giving supply here, and it should be started through the 4-point starter. So start giving supply and slowly increase, change the arm of the 4-point starter. Clear? You can see the motor will be in running condition. So once if you run this, you must first bring it to the rated speed.
Check.
Bring it to the rated speed.
Wait. తప్పు చూపిస్తుంది.
So the speed measured by this tachometer is showing 1410 approximately. So we have to run it to up to 1500 RPM. Yeah, 1500 RPM. 1499 it is showing 1500. You can take it as 1500 RPM. Just a minute, yeah. It is showing 1497 or 90. So it is 1499 or 15 or okay. So it is 1502. Okay. So once if that is run at rated speed, then we will start with armature flux control, because the field rheostat is kept at constant. There is no change in the field rheostat position. Now we need to vary the armature rheostat position. That is nothing but speed control below 1500 RPM. So armature speed control is for speeds below 1500 RPM. Okay. So we have to vary the field rheostat here now. So we have to note down the speed at 1500 RPM. So speed is 1500 RPM, armature control, and field current is field current is 0.43 amperes, and it is connected to 2. Therefore, it should. So this is the field current, and then armature current you have to note down. So it is 1.5 amperes. It is, since it is connected to 5, so straight away you can take directly 1.5 amperes. And then armature terminal voltage, it is equal to 110 amperes, sorry 110 volts. Okay, now run the machine at another speed. So we have to measure the speed here. You can see the speed is 1393 RPM. .1394 RPM is the speed. So note down that speed. And then again field current 0.42 should be multiplied by 2. Armature current 1.25 1.45 is the armature current, and armature terminal voltage, so 105 volts into 2. Is it clear? Next, go for changing the next rheostat. The speed of that rheostat is to be varied. Again measure the speed. The speed is 1264 rpm. RPM. Again field current 0.415 into 2, and this one is 1.4, and voltage is 89 volts. Is clear? Next we go for changing another field rheostat. Speed of the armature. So speed of that rheostat is changed, and again measure the speed. The speed is 1135 rpm. And field current So we have taken 3 readings, okay, as an example to explain how to take the readings. So in a similar way, we'll be giving you even other set of readings also, so for armature control, okay. So now we go for flux control. Okay, now we go for flux control. Again same, need to run the machine. Bring the machine to rated speed. Bring the machine to rated speed. Okay, it's 1500 rpm. So note down that 1500 rpm. See, while running this machine, speeds above rated speed, the armature field rheostat should be in minimum position. Then only we can get speeds above 1500 rpm. That is why these are all kept in minimum position. So now we have taken first reading, and the field current is 0.425. Field current is 0.425 into 2. And armature current is 1.5, and terminal voltage is 109 volts. Terminal voltage is 109 volts. Clear? Now you need to vary the speed again above 1500. So let us go for change of the field rheostat for another speed. Measure the speed. It is 1533 rpm. 1533 rpm, and field current is 0.4 amperes. Field current is 0.4 amperes if you see without parallax error, and armature current is same again 1.55 you can write, and terminal voltage same 218 sorry 108.5 into 217 volts. So the EMF voltage across the armature terminal is 217 volts. Again, increase the speed by changing this field rheostat. See, the measurement of the speed is 1575 RPM. And again, field current is 0.37 and armature current is 1.6 and terminal voltage is 107.5 means 215 volts. So like this, you need to take different readings up to 4 to 5 sets of readings for the flux control. Once if we get the readings of flux control and armature control, then you need to plot the characteristics between the speed and armature voltage, and you need to plot between speed and armature current and also speed and the field current. So these are the different graphs you need to plot for speed control of shunt motor. See here, this is the graph drawn for the characteristics between speed and the field current, where you will be getting rectangular hyperbola characteristics as shown here. Even in the expected graph also you are going to get the same. So similarly you will be getting. And coming to the armature control, you are going to plot the graph between speed and the back EMF, that is the voltage induced in the motor, which is measured by the voltmeter connected across armature. So this is what the speed versus back EMF characteristics for armature control. Only two characteristics are enough to draw for this experiment, that is speed control of DC shunt motor. So that is how you are going to conduct an experiment on speed control of DC motor by armature flux control and flux control and armature speed control by varying the speed rheostats in the armature and also by varying field rheostat in the shunt field winding circuit. Is it clear? Then you need to note down the result. Thank you very much.